Welcome to the OAPN podcast with your host, Adarsh Sakare. No bullshit, no cuts. 100% raw conversations with 0% fucks to give. We don't encourage the consumption of alcohol, but if you want to open up a cold one while you watch this, it's not a bad idea.
Welcome to episode 43 of On a Personal Note with Adarsh Sakare. Of late, shoots haven't been the most regular. I'm sure Chirag will agree. But I mean, that's how things are. But we don't stop. I think that's what is more important. And the goal still remains to capture stories, to cover people and their thoughts in the most authentic way possible. And every time we do this, we only are more and more excited to continue meeting people. So welcome to this podcast. Today we have, I think after a very long time, honestly, a unique story. No stand-up comedian sitting here today. No influencer. Actually, yeah. In a very different way, an influencer for sure. Maybe not an Instagram influencer, but a real influencer, that's for sure. But before I share more thoughts about today's guest, let's say hi to the founder, president of Smitam. Let's meet Meghana Murthy. Hi, Meghana.
Namaskara, Adarsh.
Hi, Meghana. First of all, thank you for making the distance. I know you stay in Whitefield, right? You stay... No, where?
Dotkal Sandra.
Which is close by? Who stays in Whitefield? Okay, my fault then. Then I'm feeling less...
One day I'll become famous for this particular dialogue and I'll say Dotkal Sandra is the heart of Bangalore. You know, that day will come soon.
So now I don't have to feel too bad about...
I knew it. For this statement, I'll make sure happen it soon.
Okay, so... Meghana. So for us, we were introduced to Meghana's work a few weeks ago. Aditya, in fact, came across your profile and he was like, you know what, this person seems very interesting. Check out her work. And Smitam as an organization, the most beautiful part about it is the way they've divided it into campaigns. I think the type of names you all have given each of your campaign has so much meaning that it almost directly lets people know what you're trying to do with it, right? Let it be from helping government schools, let it be talking about menstrual health in the most open way possible, or let it be about getting employment to women, right? Now, these are some of the spaces where Smitam, or rather Meghana, has been involved in. And it's nice, right? Meghana is 24.
23.
23! She's like, not yet, dude.
Oh my God.
She's like, not yet.
Yeah, it's good. At least you have, saying something on the border. Most of them think I'm 35 or 36. Maybe because of the work. So I'm happy at least 1 or 2 years. It's
so
okay.
23, right? So it's really beautiful
So
to...
It's okay.
It's really beautiful to see, someone at 23 already do so much. It's really a privilege to sit here and even speak to you about the journey. But yeah, get on this. If you know Meghana, I can promise you that we'll dive a little deeper into Meghana's story than maybe you know. If you don't know Meghana, one thing I can promise you is, if not anything else, you'll be inspired to do more good to the world by the end of this episode. So that's my sales pitch to them to watch to watch this episode. Yeah. So welcome to episode 43. Meghana, like I said, right? Like I'm sure even you were saying this, with all your campaigns, there's a lot of video material you all have worked on and all of that, and which we'll obviously get into. But I think, like I said, I'm more interested in understanding what made Meghana do all this, right? Even before coming to Smitam. Not every child grows up to say, I'm going to help people around me. I mean, of course, we all do. We are taught that, and maybe we do that to some extent, but we don't make that our life as such. Where did it start for Meghana that Meghana's heart calls out to help people? How early was it that you realized it?
Okay, to be honest, when I was in my 17s, I don't even know the full form of NGO, like what does they work and how does they work. We just know we're doing something, but we never thought something great we are doing it to the society. For example, you have some, I mean, you are in hiccup, you know, I just get a water to you. That's also help. That's also volunteer help. You are in need of help and I'm doing it. But maybe I have realized I have to do it in a larger scale. That's the only difference. But everybody has this heart and soul to do something, but sometimes they don't realize what are the effort goes behind it. Then at that age, you know, I just wanted to do something, but I never realized that I would end up in non-profit organization because I was good at my dancing and I am a theater artist though. So it's like 6 years in theater and so many things had happened. But doing or running a non-profit organization was just a random thought, you know, to help people for our birthdays. Maybe let's go and celebrate with the orphanage or with the underprivileged children. And maybe in one government school, I think I was not even 18, but in one government school that I realized the condition of washroom when I wanted to use washroom, that's the a whole point, you know, we don't even want to go just nearby that, and those are the children using the washroom. And one random thought, Adarsh, today I want to say is many of the people, you know, the luxurious life that they want to give children, they ask about the school condition of playground, library and teacher facilities. None of them has went and visit the washroom. You know, they think like, hey, washroom is not something a big issue, or you know, we have to look about it. But children start their hesitation or embarrassment even though the menstrual hygiene come asking, you know, going to washroom, you know, the asking to teacher is not a big deal for them. It's actually a big deal for them. Then I realized, okay, let's do this PRAR event. PRAR means public rights and responsibility, public washroom, toilet facilities in Krishna Rao Park. And it was actually a kind of huge success because as a teen, you know, getting like 200 people in the park and being voiced out to something like this, then people start asking me question, hey, are you from an NGO, or where your NGO is registered, and you know what kind of NGO. Then I realized, okay, these kind of work should be done in a form of NGO, not in a form of normal people
just
coming and going.
Just a group of people trying to drive a message.
Yes. Then I also realized, you know, people will come and go. We want the people to stay with us and work with us. And then also I realized this bridging between the government and the community is way more needed. People talk about the government policy, but they don't even know what are the policy has done by government. Just their ward community, or they have lack of information about the government. Then I realized I have to be that bridge information. What are the facilities has been given from government, and what as an organization that I have to do. I think until my 19s I was figuring it out, like what I have to do it in my life, but just doing all causes. If somebody call for me the dog rescue thing, which I love most, and everything, I think every cause and campaign was happening. But one day I realized, you know, I have to have some focus in life. Key education is something that we can make our country in future. I think 70 or 80% population is going to government school. At least 70%. They can't afford. They are going to government school. Now these children.
You think 70% of the Indian population?
Population, yes. Talking about
goes
the population.
To a government school?
Government school, yes. In Bangalore, you have a lot of government school, and you know the kind of infrastructure that we see. But I can give you an example. There are the best government school, but no people realize there are best quality education inside the government school. Then I realized, okay, education is something that I have to work on, and comes along with women empowerment, which I give a lot of my heart towards it. And that happened, and even though we put a lot of effort in our website, you know, we are education focused NGO. Today also we keep on calls like, Madam, na mere dal current illa neven martidea. I'm like, I put a lot of money to make that website, and you call me, Madam, il tumba na ide ni band itkondo game. These kind of calls, you know, where are the people getting to see our website? Even though they see our website and they take our office number, how they end up calling like these stuff? When we mention we are from education background, we want to felicitate, or you know, we have to uplift the women in the community, but still we get keep on calling for so lame thing, but still heart is going on. We're trying to change, we're being positive.
That's nice. So I know I'm just like going back again a little, but I definitely want to understand this, right? So I understood what were your thoughts. So one was you definitely wanted to help people. You wanted to be there for all these causes because your heart called out for it. And then the other realization you had was to make this in a bigger way.
I will work it as a professional.
Yeah, it can't be done the way you used to do it. Maybe just gather a group of people and all of this. Now, while all this was happening, I'm sure you got the exposure to the concept of, having the non-profit as well, right? Where did the switch happen into making it professional?
Okay.
Did someone help you, or you researched by yourself? Was the core team already formed? What was it?
Okay, core team was formed. I mean, the name I wanted to keep it as Smitam. I mean, Smitam means smiles, collecting smiles wherever we go. And I just want to keep some. I think after 1.5 years, I told my parents I'm doing something. Because I think I've told you before that my mother is not like, go, don't
Correct.
come back and enjoy your life, She's so orthodox. She's so believe everything. My daughter should be at home at this particular time. So I was still in confused to convince her. So I was just doing it randomly whenever my time comes in. I was doing, but when 1.5 to 2 months, I have to involve myself in continuous campaign and to realize, okay, people who come for one day and go for next day, then I have to find again my people.
And again, explain to them,
yeah.
how your
Even
expectations.
if you ask me now, can you start something? I might step back and think. I don't know what courage made me at that time, If you want to start something, at least 5 people should convince to be in your team. For example, I am doing something podcast. I want Aditya, I want him, I want you, I want my PR director, I want so on, so different people. You can't do it everything on yourself. And also, second thing, motivation.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Sometimes I don't have motivation for myself. I don't know. At least to give motivation, I'm like, guys, we can do something. There are people doing outside. I know we have to. It's not like basically I want to say I want to help. But I realize this is my passion more than I'm helping. Maybe if you figure out in Bangalore population, whatever the lack of people that I've reached, it's just a percentage. Compared to Bangalore population. And I have a long way to go also, not coming to a conclusion I can do only this part of population. Then I realized this is my passion, and to go on passion, vitamin D. Vitamin D means fund. Without fund, you can't do anything. But I really want to say to other people, when you want to start something, don't think that you don't have a fund. This thing has inspired in the park. Earlier, we don't have any office like you guys had because we are all teen, and we were in the park, Jainagar Park, Maya's block. That's my favorite park because the first meeting held there, we were discussing, how we have to set this government school, or we have to teach about the dream session, after PUC, giving them the dream thought as something I don't believe in. Grassroots is so important. If you train them, this is what you have to dream, or what you actually want to dream, you have to give them space, then they'll grow in earlier days. So at that point of time, fund is also one of the problem. I just had 5 rupees in my pocket. I'm like, okay, I'll tell them I have 500 rupees box, we'll do something. I'm just lying to myself, I know. But it's a miracle, or somewhere down the line watching me and doing stuff. 2 senior citizen, I still remember his name. His name is Ramappa, but I don't remember his face because it's 6 to 7 years back.
Wow.
Okay, he just came next to us. After 1 hour of meeting, we were fighting like dogs. Actually,
The 5 of you.
yes, 5 not. It's actually 11, not even 5 of them.
Yeah.
More than 11. People who thought, we'll go after party, after this meeting, let's go party. That's how we were there, okay? At least before that, let me use this people, before they go to film, let me use it. This is the way we have to carry on. Then what happened, I was talking, this is when I start talking about something school, my facial expression doesn't come smiling. I'll be like, guys and stuff. I don't know, now
Full
I
serious.
control. Now I control more, don't be serious, be calm while you talk to people. But that time, I maybe my hot blood, now also I'm hot blood, but that time it's over hot blood. We have to do it, guys. I think I love that courage than who am I right now. I love that courage because that day, I don't know where I would have reached, but still I had a lot of courage. Guys, we have to do that, the power. Then this guy came up and he said, hey, I want to donate for your NGO.
NGO.
Then I said, uncle, we don't have anything to give back to you, like receipt.
Yeah.
We are not even NGO. And it's okay. You give me receipt when you make your own NGO. It's just smile. And one of them gave 200 and one of the Ramappa gave 500. I'm like, guys, this is 700 money. I just lied and it happened. How come? I badly wanted to save that 500 rupees. Like back in we had 500 rupees note, right?
Yeah.
Now we don't have that color.
That color, yeah.
Yes, but we don't had any money to use it for other thing. We just spend that 500 rupees. But still, today if I had some other money sources or some other power, I would have saved. Then when it came to registration, Adarsh, you should have I have to hardly say this. I've did like a lot of 2 to 3 street play or the fundraisers, a lot of
Okay.
fundraisers in the park to get registered as a non-profit organization. Today I don't feel, why did I make it? I should have asked my mom or I should have asked my
So you needed money to register, that's what you're
Register,
saying.
yes,
So
yes.
if you don't mind, what was the amount required to...
earlier days. I think it was like 7,000 bucks. Okay, but now I don't know how much it costs. Like I think it's more
Maybe
than that.
25
Yes, yes.
minimum, yeah.
Yes. Imagine I don't had any UPI account on my bank
Yeah,
account
yeah,
at the
of
time.
course.
I'm trying to make a trust account. I feel funny, but I feel so glad I've did. So only today I'm here.
Yeah.
So I think I had 7,000. I don't had this courage to ask my mom. Earlier I told, like, she was so strict. Do something so that if you don't work also fine, we'll get married. If you want to marry at 25, she's fine. But she don't like me going to job. Hey, we are here for you. Why you want to do
Why
it?
you want to work?
Yeah, it's like your father is there and you have this privileged background. Just use it. So my question was, if I say this to my mom, she definitely won't agree to give money.
Yeah.
Later on, I hardly made this,
So the street plays was helping?
Not
to-
just street play, park fundraisers. Street plays are hardly a 600 to 700, which is not even 10% to my 7,000 amount. And my few of my friends, I just wanted to borrow with them like 2,000 or something. This direction part or some other
So
jugaad we
somehow
done.
you got that 7,000
7,000.
and you registered.
Yes.
What was the emotion when you registered Smitam? Do you remember it clearly?
Yes, clearly. Because
Yeah.
I thought, just being one person, everything will be chukachuk. Then I remember, then I realized they need the office. Okay, there was my friend's flat, apparently he is like, okay, bringing all the rental document to me. Just use it. My father is not in the town. I'll just help you. Somehow, Jugaad we have done. And at that moment, maybe... they've also asked me, you have to found the trustees. I was googling what is
What
mean
is
by trustees. Trust is a bond, right? What is this trustees at that moment? Then I realized they're like some decision that you want or some to make a board you want. I think people look at me Instagram now, they look how funny I was. I don't know. So yeah, but I have to accept I was so unaware about all of this stuff.
Sure.
But today a lot of senior citizens ask me how to register NGO. That's again way different. Irony is. And then they said, at least you have to get 3 trustees. I bought them. Hey, my friends, like, okay, you are my friend, you're all trustees now. They're like, oh, what do you mean? Hey, I will do you trustee, just come with me. Then they asked this Aadhaar card and PAN card. 2 of my friends didn't have PAN card because they don't have bank account, right?
Yeah.
Then they're like, Aadhaar card is fine, chumma. They were like, at least this chotu card, people are doing something, let me help. Because I think I was in the Jainagar registration office. I mean, our office belongs to that particular registration area. I think 1 week I was roaming around. Somewhere he was rejecting. You don't have this, go back. We were waiting. I think more marriages, wedding, they'll get registered. I was just seeing, oh, what is this wedding or going on? Then I realized they also come for their registrations, and here we do a lot of, and all this site issue, everything goes here. I didn't even had an idea, but every time, if you realize there is some small boys going on the shop to get ice candy. This is how I was my Smitham. Every day I was going, he was rejecting. Finally, the day has come, arrived. I think the 6th day of my continuous
Sixth
going
attempt.
to attempt. He said, okay, fine, everything is done. Then now get me the cash. Okay. After all of the hard work, I gave him money. I think that was hard part to me. More than I taking my trust deed.
Giving that.
That was, yeah. We
7,000.
found a lawyer also. That lawyer was like, "Arey, how much you pay me?" I'm like, "Uncle," this is how I was talking to them. "Uncle, I don't have money. We are very good youth, you know. We are setting an example." I'm like, "Arey, don't motivate me. I want money." Then later he challenged me. "Okay, I'm doing it free, and but just have this thought. After 2 years, you stop doing what you're doing. This is my challenge to you."
Why though? I didn't understand.
Because
why
he
he's
said,
saying
you
that.
know, friends, you start something that to a non-profit organization. If we all together at like-minded, you know, our five fingers also together, but one or the other mindset say this is wrong or that is wrong. And at the end of the day, he told me, you know, you are the face of the organization, and those four of them or five of them are your friends. So he challenged me this, but I'm like, I can prove you. Arey, I'm not a dominant one. I want my people. At the end of the day, it's not Meghana. It's about the cause that we are doing to the society. He's like, your motivation will work only for you, not for the society. He told me this. Somewhere after convincing or talking like 2.5 hours, my mother is like, "Hey, she's dating somebody else. She's talking 2.5 hours with some guy." But that was apparently a lawyer. I'm convincing him to make a trust account.
Make a trust.
This is how I was busy. I think in 17, 18, 19, I don't realize which movie I watched because I was busy in these things, and my friends like, "Don't miss your young youth hot blood for this, Meghana." I'm like, this will work. This will work. Okay. This doesn't need that, you know, if you are a founder or if you're doing some social cause, you have to be, I'm doing social cause now. This shouldn't be your expression. Your heart or your action should be your, you know, a response to all of them who are waiting, not your like, you're being this gesture or you're being soft.
But what your friend says also, that brings about a good question, right? Like at 21, 22, 23, you might want to be with your friends, go to Goa, go to Gokarna, party, do this,
On a
do
note,
that.
I'm still not yet visited Goa.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am. So, you know, you told me that.
So how does that make you feel? I mean, you know, I'm
yes.
sure you're not going out to party
Too much.
or watch movies because like you came here saying, okay, I've set about 1 hour 20 minutes for this. So what does that make you? Do you think you're missing out on anything?
No. See, for example, even I have went to a lot of restaurant to taste food, but in a different way. For example, for other people, it's just a restaurant. For me, it's a work then restaurant. If I'm going for that particular work, I'll just Google, okay, which is the best place, you know. Hey, this 15 minutes, they were like, "Arey, she should deserve an Oscar. She make us work and she also gives some love at least out of it." And especially my close circle deserve Oscar award because they tolerate me. I don't tolerate them. It's just them. But at the end of the day, they have this heart, you know. At least, what she's doing after all? She's not doing something out of the box. She's doing something,
people,
And also, they are also into this. I mean, I think I don't have any outer friend. It's just my Smitam family. My close friend is also there.
Everything is Smitam.
Even after 1.5 years, I launched Smitam name and I called chief guest as my papa and my mom to there as a chief guest. And I told I'm doing something. My mom like, what is this actually? Are you sure? I mean, I think she donated me 5,000. I'm like, oh, okay. First only if I told her, she would have donated me 5,000. But at the end of the day, when I went back to home, like my mom was, "Arey, are you really doing this? Are you think this is your cup of tea?" This was her question. I'm like, I didn't speak anything much. Let her, because 1.5 years she told me like anything. I think you know this guys who come. Madam Bate Kudi ni manelidre. This funny incidents I have to share with you.
Okay.
I was having my headphone and I was working in laptop, and my mother was cooking something in the kitchen, and suddenly those people came. Madam Bate Kodtira athwa nimge ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡಿ. ಅಯ್ಯೋ, my mom at the south, she had this Kannada accent. ಅಯ್ಯೋ, ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳಿಗೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗಳಿಗೂ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳು ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಮನೆಗೂ ಹೋಗಿ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ she told me a lot. I mean, I was not even hearing it. I was hearing my mother thinking. I was not hearing on the headphone. But at that time, I don't have anything to prove her. Mom, I did something and people are recognizing and people are coming to me because I don't have any example. until unless I got this rising star of Namma Bengaluru and Bengaluru realized this girl wanting to do something and
Yeah.
she have done without
Needs
any
recognition.
anything, without money, or how come she did so far doing her college and this and stuff. Then my mother had this tears. I'm like, my daughter is doing something. And that after that award function also, when award function had like casual for them, going to second and third, she realized, you come home, you don't want any award, come home. Today also she's like, come home. But after all, she's a mother. So
You've spoken a lot about your mother. What about your father?
my father is the craziest person. Today I'm here and I'm being open is because of him. He's like, if you want to do it, just go do it. And he's also not like that. Don't think that I am with you when you fall down. It's you have to get up, and also, I think I also have the bad days in Smitam.
Of course, everyone does.
And you guys have your own, and I think that's one of
We have
my
quite a lot. That's the problem.
No. At that time, my friends who were like board members got split up, and even I was also young. Today, if I was back in 3 or 4 years back, I would have thought I would have been more calm and composed to make my friends be here. But maybe at the point of the time, I was so selfish. I just want my organization to grow. And also, I want people to get use of it more than the bonding I want. People got split up because saying, hey, you are important person to us, not your organization. Maybe, I think they have their own, I have to respect that.
Perspectives.
Yeah, they have their own dreams, not just organization. They have their own things. And they're good. They're doing amazing today. They have all become some directors.
So these are those trustees that came in?
No. They were the board members. We had just 42 board members. I don't know how I made it like, hey, come all board members and stuff. But they were like, yeah, I'm board member. They were very proud when they were board member. But after 2 to 3 events, they realized, okay, this need a lot of heart and I don't have time. This is how they realized, and they got split. And at that time, I was in I don't have to call it as anxiety, but I had this how I can show my face to people. And I always look Smitam as a baby. It's just my baby. Not my, sorry. It's our baby. I mean, there are a lot of people, volunteers, donors, who are reason today Smitam is. Maybe I'm the face of the organization that people look into, but there are a lot of people. That time, when people said, okay, this is not gonna work, and I think I was. I think after award function also, I had this thought, how long I can work this without fund, or without anything. How long I can work. And people, at that time, my father should be inspiration. He just made me to meet all the NGOs who has shut down right now. See, they were FCRA registered NGO. They were getting crore fund. Today, they are shut down. That's how NGO works. And after all the day, I think in one day, we visited 8 NGOs who have shut down. Government made them shut down because of the scam going on. And, he made me visit all the NGO. And after, my father asked me, what are you going to do? I'm like, I just want to do it. No matter what. I
Whatever
just
it
want
is,
to do it. Yes.
yeah.
Then here is, if you had done the ulta or opposite word, I would have slapped you. Now I know my daughter is on way. He do prank a lot. Then I have to realize, okay, my daughter is courageous. He just told me one thing: don't even step back and don't even think that you have support, so you're doing. Do it in independent way. Why do you want somebody to be with you? But coming to other fields, my field is always with the people, without being dependent on some suggestion or with some answer.
Yeah.
I just can't. Hey,
You can't
I am
drive it
doing
always.
something. You
Yeah.
have to be with me. That's not. It goes. It really goes. My heart goes for a lot of the strategy that involved in the organization. I think it's a lot of work goes behind. And that point of time when my dad said, now I am confident on my daughter. Hey, he's my crazy volunteer here.
Yeah?
When I run, lack of volunteer, I think he'll the first. I'm
Yeah.
like, Papa, I'm the founder, it's okay for you to do the brush. He will do all the sweeping work in the school if you leave him. I don't want him to do it, that's all. Because, we have volunteer.
We have volunteer.
For example, in your first earlier stage, if you do lot of work, because you don't have an experience,
Yeah.
and people do a lot of work, then that's fine. For an experience, you're doing a lot of work. But at the time, you have to realize what is your work and how you're dividing the work. So my point is, I'm in a stage, I have to divide work and I have to keep on monitoring if the work has been done or not. So my father is the first craziest in emergency way. Papa, I think this person is not coming to deliver or material. I know that you don't carry so on so thing in car. I know your precious thing, but this painting materials, I
Needs
don't
to
have
be
an
delivered.
option. I have an option, but you have to come to Whitefield and stuff. It's like he'll take some 5 seconds of pause. Do you think I'll say no to you? That's how he is.
You have siblings?
Yes, I have a younger one.
Okay, so
He's completely opposite. He's not a
Is it?
non-profit. He's always for profit. Don't even think. I think in my home, my father says always, do what you love. But my sibling or my mother, everybody is sort of for profit, and they're very good at business. They're very good at business, and they think, where this girl is going on?
what is this opposite?
How come she, in our family, how come she got up in the middle? They have a lot of confusion in that also. But at the end of the day, I make him little work, because it's very hard to convince my brother for some of my events. But he's a good and nice person. Understand?
So, if you had to give me a number of people who are in the core team today, what would the number be?
Okay, I'll
Core
start
of-
from
the
I'll
core
start
of
from
the
the
core.
volunteer. We
Yeah.
have more than 5,000 volunteers right now, and
Oh!
we have collaborated
oh.
with ISBR and lot of college.
Nice.
And then we have 42 people who are the decision making, and we have operation heads. Trustees, we keep very simple. Trustees, we have 7 trustees right now, because we don't want to have more trustees. At the end of the day, what they are doing, they're just being trustees. That's all. They don't even know what's happening in Smitam. For a legal document, we have made them trustees. That's all.
Got it.
But the decision making, we have 8 rigid. I think they are all good at their different level. One of them is good at singing, dancing, theatre. One of them is good at this account, MBA graduate, and I think one are like Ratna to me. It's like they're all amazing, and
Lovely.
the way they convince at the end of the day, Meghna, we are there. It's okay. I don't realize sometime it's not like every time I pay people. Sometime without payment also, and they are also working IT job. But when I
So
say
they do this along with.
yes, when I see
They
there
don't
is-
expect any money from you.
my employees will accept, no, not them, because they only even donating right now, because they are all in the job monthly. They have become monthly donor, which I'm happy for them. And again, I forgot what I was saying. You made.
I made her forget. No, we
Yes,
were talking about
I
the
remember the
structure, core
yeah.
team and-
yes,
yeah.
he get a very quite good salary. His package is good. I told him, kind of my situation is wrong, and maybe our name would go wrong, because the IT guys with us are like very professional. The Tatacom is very such a big company, and if we and the senior CSR lead is coming, he's coming all the way from Mumbai. Now I lack 2 to 3 people. What should I do now? He's like, I'll come. His laptop is on. I think sometime my board members are doing their job like side business, their own personal job. They're doing it as a side business,
And Smitam is-
today also know what they say. Why they're happy is they were here when they were all the students of the degree college. They were here. Now seeing other children, when they're earning, also other children getting used of it, and that's what make them totally full of love. And that's how their colleagues, or there might be their family member, they're so happy that they are here. Earlier, even most of them, they don't want to be here. Somehow they ended up here, but right now they don't want to leave us and go. And they're my family, they're my close friend. I think the core team is everyone, and we have a decision maker intern batch. We have a 56th intern batch right now,
Oh.
where we train, I think, a couple of 1 month of program, where we want to train them. If they don't have money, we'll give them money. If they don't have people, we give them volunteer. We just look their passion, change maker. as the thing, what is the ultimate cause you want to do. We provide, because at that time point of Adarsh, I don't have any particular people who supported me.
Yeah.
But right now, I don't want
There
my
is-
all, the 2 to 3 or 4 years younger than me, they want to do something. I want to be there for them.
Yeah.
If you want to do a calm connection with me, I make sure this work. Unless it's related to education stuff and women volunteer, women uplift.
So let's talk about these 5,000 volunteers, right?
Yes.
Uh, how have most of them gotten to know about Smitam, and what do they feel about Smitam, and what keeps them, you think?
Yes. Maybe we give the friendly approach is what makes them a reminder, or we don't, make us our assistant or something. Like intern is a creator idea. Ideally, when they are in the fresh mindset, people tend to look at them. They are interns. Let them learn under the senior or board members. Even I did the mistake, but when I realized there is a intern who are doing amazing job than my operation team, then they deserve something. So then I realized, okay, I have to make them as an intern batch, and I have to work on my templates. Which
So the volunteer comes in as an intern.
yes, and also I'll tell you. Okay, your second question was how they get to know. Firstly, they always get to know because of Meghana Murthy.
Okay.
They're college student. As I said, I was in theater, I was in dancing. Like all my friends became my volunteer. And today, or like after 2 years of organization, they maybe came to across with some intern batch, or maybe some college talk. They got inspired. I think Instagram. I don't know how I connected. Today, I have to be so blissful to Instagram as well. I am connected to Delhi or Mysore or Hyderabad. It's just because the volunteer work that they see, and now I have the family member or volunteer growing in that particular state. Instagram is something that we look up to it, and
Yeah.
the network is going on. And today also, if we are in need of any kind, and for most of them, they got to see us in the public space. Like some
At
wall
some park,
painting or
wall
something.
painting.
Hey, what are you guys working on? Who are your founder? Earlier days, I was not saying I was founder because they would think I was also this overthinker. If I say founder, founder herself working on a street, they would have think, hey, this organization is not
Yeah,
professional.
they don't have enough people.
Enough people, let me
Yeah.
not. I was like, our founder is so inspiring. They made us work. Oh my
You used
God,
to
on
talk
the floor.
about
I told
yourself.
this also, yes, but yeah. Our founder is working on so many. So you have to join our organization. Earlier, it was us who was approaching to people, but today it's them who are approaching. Any activity, please let us know. Array, you don't even tell us, because nowadays what happened, if we put on Instagram, we are little scared. Volunteer will be in more number for just one particular school function, school painting. Let's think like that. We might need just some 50 people. Sometime 200 people would be registering, and now we have to. It'll increase our workspace.
Yeah.
If there is 50, then it's sorted. 5 people this room, 5 people that room. It's 200. They don't even have a space inside the school. Where should I throw them?
That's a good sign, no?
It's a good sign, but now
Yeah.
we have kept it very, when we have a lot of volunteers, we don't tell them. But I agree they want to participate with us, and I have all my
Respect
heart
and
and
heart,
respect that, they look up to Smitam. And especially Kanakpura apartment, that I want to really mention, apartment resident. They gave me a lot of love. Maybe after this Turhalli forest,
Yeah.
I think how many of you are aware of it? In the pandemic, we got the bill that saying we have to construct a tree park inside the Turhalli. That's a reserve forest. We know that, once it started a tree park, the entry of human being will collapse all the ecosystem inside the forest. And it was the idea by the apartment resident like CMKR. And they have said, we wanted to do something. I don't know what made us in the second wave of pandemic, 4 to 5,500 of residents all the way of Kanakpura apartment. We got such a huge response, and we were little scared because police gave a permission for 150 people. Now, my friends were joking around, Meghana, you'll be in jail for for sure you'll be in jail. Because now 4,000 then...
I can see that happening for some reason.
Yeah, because I
At
was
some
literally
point.
scared. Because even I told them, no slogan. Please, there are police, no slogan. Just hold your placard. But people were like, they were so frustrated. Come on, Turhalli, namge tree park beda. Everybody shouted and I've connected to a lot of people. This was reached to forest ministry and minister Arvind Limbavali. He was on the Turhalli. Then he said, if you come to our house, we could have talked and sorted this bill issue and all. But if we have done in the same way, do you think the impact would have been the same thing? If we go to the political party and say, hey, we don't want this, do you think that that's how it works in the government? But I have realized, okay, there are a lot of people in the pandemic also. They are coming here. They're doing something. I am like, I think I have become quite familiar to a lot of faces. Meghna, everybody. Just I'm standing next to this in the vaccination camp. I have this. I think this is so much I have to tell because I feel so warm and welcome. I'm standing next to them for some vaccination campaign. Where are you from? I'm like, Dotkan Chandra. Our Meghana is also working here. You don't know we are Thural for. I'm like, oh, these guys don't even know face. I'm not famous for face. I'm just famous for
the name.
Name and for the things.
Work. Yeah.
In Twitter also we have got this. ರೋಡಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಭತ್ತ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೊಚ್ಚೆ ಮೋರಿನ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಂಜನಾಪುರ ರೋಡ್ನ ತೋರಿಸಿ ಟ್ವಿಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಯಾವ ಲೇಕೋ ಅಲ್ಲ ದೋಣಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವೊಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೇನ್ ಯೂನಿಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೇನ್ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಹೇಳ ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರೆಸಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಜೊತೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಐ ಡಿಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ವೈರಲ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ಯಾಡಿ ವಿಮೆನ್ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ವೈರಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಟ್ ದ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡೇ it got reached till Maharashtra and they started, they tag us today also. ಅವರು ಈ ಥರ ರೋಡ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಂಜನಾಪುರ ರೋಡ್ ಆಗೇ ಹೋಯ್ತು ವಿತಿನ್ ಅ ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಫ್ 3 months. 12 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಒಂದು ರೋಡ್ ಆಗದೆ ಇರೋ ರೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ವಿತಿನ್ 3 months ದಿಸ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಲಿಟ್ರಲಿ ಗಾಟ್ ದಿಸ್. We have to do something like that. Maybe protest ಕಿನ್ನ ಈ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕ್ಯಾಸಮ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
Something, yeah.
And I told people just like ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಘ್ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾ and all. And some of them think they treated me as very young and all, and in the Turhalli also we were just doing something. ಈ ಲೈನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
Please go for it.
Okay, then I was with Arun sir and they were very good people, they did lot of things, but they were so excited. This kind of volunteer I've never got in my life. How this is pulling, because we don't protest just like I come will protest. We have this organized way. Plan A, Plan B, Plan C. Without that, we never go for any kind of protest. And that's how we were good at event managing as well. I was just next to them, and tomorrow is Turhalli's morning drive, and we are really scared because 600 registration is already done. Now we've closed. But do you think before 2 days we have got 600 registration for this online
On the day
form?
people will show up.
Exactly. Yeah. And we were scared. What if police will happen, so much thing. And this guy was saying, where is Meghna? She said she'll be on time. Now she's not here. I told him, Meghna, I'm studying my master's. He thought, okay, I'm a student and stuff. Then after a long time, then I said, hey, you're scolding me only. I'm only Meghna. And like, I thought some auntie that I can, nan line nodibodu ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇದು ಯಾವುದೋ ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳ ಏಜ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. So funny happened.
But that's so, see the image they have of who can drive something like this, right? It's like they can't imagine a girl of your age to be
maybe, but this makes me fun. Even I feel a lot of love and all. I think this apartment, all the residents in Kanakpura that they give, this love is already there. But today also to make me motivated for myself, I realize all of the work. Okay, I'm auntie now. A lot of work to do and stuff.
So, the type of work you do, and from all your stories, right, it's filled with so much of love, so much of happiness. More than anything, a lot of satisfaction, right? We can agree on that.
Very much.
So, I can't imagine someone like you not be happy or say not be satisfied, right? But what is it about Meghna that, like, what are Meghna's limitations? What are Meghna's problems? She has none?
Why not? I'm a human being. If I was an angel from heaven, I would be more. I think they also have their problems. Who else don't? Everybody has
What are Meghna's problems today?
Giving time to friends is biggest problem. Giving time to family is biggest problem. Or I'm also, after getting lot many works or work pressure started, and I keep forgetting things so easily. For a moment, I also told you I have alarm even to drink water 1 hour at least. Just a liter or some half liter of water you have to drink 1.5 hour. I put alarm for everything, because I don't know how this happened, but I usually forget most of the important moments of my friend's life. Today, whatever I was in the I was in the so hot blooded, I did all of this, but sometime I tend to forget. And also Meghana's problem is, to all the not for everyone, for some of the citizens in our country. ಇನ್ನು ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗಲ್ಲೂ ಖುಷಿ ಇದೆ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಇವಾಗಿನ ಜನ್ರೇಷನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಲ್ಲೂ ಖುಷಿ ಇದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಅಥವಾ ನೀವು ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅವ್ರ ದೇಶ ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಇರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾವು ಬರೀ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಬಿಂಗ್ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಅಂದರೆ, ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಬ ಹೊಗಳೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಬ ಇದೇನೋ ಗಲೀಜು ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನೂ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಅಥವಾ ನಾನೊಬ್ಬ ಇದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ನನ್ನಿಂದ ಏನು ಪ್ರಭಾವ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ನಾನೇನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅನ್ಕೋತಾನೆ ನಾನು ಮೇ ಬಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೇನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಮೇ ಬಿ ಅವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಜನ ಸೋಲಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶ ಸೋಲುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಪ್ರತಿ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿನೆಸ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಲಿ. ಅವ್ರ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಗ್ರಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಫೋಟೋ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ತಾರ ಟು ಡೂ ಸಮ್ ಗುಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್, ಲೆಟ್ ದೆಮ್. Meghana focus only on the good work. If they want to publicize themselves, I don't even say I think this is not the thing, ad madbedi id madbedi, I don't tell them. My thing is, when at least a 5% impact you are okay to give it, I am so happy for you. But when people don't realize the ground reality, ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ನಾನು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟವೇ ಪಡಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಹಾಕಿ ನಾನು ಹೊರಟೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಜನರಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಸ್ವಭಾವ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಅಥವಾ ಇವಾಗ ಕನ್ನಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದರೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನೋಡಿ, 2 ಥರದ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ನನಗೆ 2 ಥರದ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರ ಮೇಲೂ ತುಂಬ ಇಷ್ಟ. ಒಂಥರ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗ, ನೀವು ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ನಂಗೆ ಅವರು ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗಿಂತ ಯಾರು ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಅವ್ರೇನೋ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು ಇರೋ ವೇರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಯ್ಯೋ, ನಾನು ಅವ್ರ ಥರ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೂಲಾಗಿ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವರ್ಕ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅವರು ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಊರವರು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ವ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೈರ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ ನೋಡಿ ಇಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟಾಗ ನೀವು ನಾನು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡಿಗ, ಮೇ ಬಿ ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ತುಂಬ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಜನ ಇದ್ರು ನಂಗೆ ಆ ಥರ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ತುಂಬ ತುಂಬ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಈ ಜನರಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ವ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಗ್ರಾಮಲ್ಲಿ, ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಏನಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ರಾಂಗ್, ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಪನಿಷ್ಡ್. ಮೇ ಬಿ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ 70 to 80% ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸಗಳು, ಇನ್ನು 20 to 25% ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಗ್ಗಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಕುಂತ್ರೆ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ಬೈತೀರಾ ಈ ಪಾಲಿಟಿಷಿಯನ್ ಸರಿ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ, ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಓಟ್ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಬಿದ್ದಿದ್ದು? So I don't go to get to politics. People will think I want to join, which I have not planned for, because I always this girl, ನನ್ನಿಂದ ಏನಾದರೂ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಮೀರಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ ಹೊರತು ನಾನೇನೋ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬರೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಬಹುಶಃ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಏನೋ 1 ವರ್ಷ ಹಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, 2 ವರ್ಷ, ಈಗ ಅರ್ಲಿ 6-7 years ಮೇಲಾಗೋಯ್ತು. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇನ್ನೇನೇ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಮೊದಲ ಥರ ನಾನು ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಇಟ್, ಈ ಥರ ಇರ. Before you do it, get me plan A, plan B, plan C.
Then we'll think about it.
Then we'll think. Yeah. I joined, actually ನನ್ನ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್.
You're also currently studying?
I've just finished my Viva exam.
Oh, you just finished?
Yes. So graduate ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್.
Congrats.
Okay, thank you. So ಯಾಕೆ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, I forgot. So ಯಾಕೆ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆದೆ ಅಂದರೆ I was jumping into too much of conclusions. ಯಾವ ಥರ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ, if I forgot your name. If Chirag come next to me and ask me, Meghana, let's do this is gonna impact. I've done past that earlier. I didn't feel impact. So I was jumping too much into conclusion. And maybe ಅದು ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ you have lot of experience, but ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ಅದು ಕೆಟ್ಟದ್ದು. So I realized I have to join with fresh minded people like who want to start from the scratch. So MSW, Master in Social Work, is something that
Yes.
people want to start their
Yes.
NGO or something like startup. They join the course. Then I realized at least ಆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮೇ ಬಿ I forgot this, I guess.
Yeah.
So if I join to them and I've learned with them, ಅವರ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಡೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಡಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಕಲಿಯೋವರೆಗೂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮವಿದ್ಯೆ, ಕಲ್ತ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕೋತಿ ವಿದ್ಯೆ. ಮಾಡಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ that I know I have that end result. Now you give me that motivation. ನಾನು I think 1.5 year ನಾನು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ MSW. ಈವನ್ ನನ್ನ ಓನ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ನಂಗೆ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಮರ್ತೋಗಿತ್ತು. ಸೇಂಟ್ ಜೋಸಫ್ ಇಂದಾನೆ ನಂಗೆ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ I never told my classmate that I do so and so thing. I was just so reserved. I'm a good actor because 1.5 year maybe yaro Instagram al nodi you do so and so thing. Some IPS officer has tagged you on Instagram and you have not told all of this. Avatella blasting naditu. But ನನಗೆ I wanted to be so reserved, just to observe every people. ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು it helped me a lot. It helped me for all the fresh conversation. Today ನಮ್ಮ ಅರ್ಹ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 2.5 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಇನ್ನೂ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ವಿಮೆನ್ ಅದರಿಂದ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ತಗೊಬೇಕು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಫಾರ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ 2 ಜಡೆ ಸೇರಿದ್ರೆ ಜಗಳ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ನೆವರ್ ಫರ್ಗೆಟ್, ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಮೈ ಅಮೇಝಿಂಗ್ ಗೈಸ್. The boys who are with us are the strength. They always said Smitam is full of girls because of founder, but that boys who are okay just being a guy in the team, it's okay. I think because of them we are also
That's amazing.
I appreciate them a lot.
Everyone who comes here, right, there's one topic that is spoken about is this fear of not being successful. Let it be a stand-up comedian, let it be an entrepreneur. Everyone talks about this fear of not being successful. Oh, you know what, I have so many followers, or say I'm earning this much as of now, I don't know if I'll make it. Is there fear of success in your field?
Why not?
Are there goals? Are there numbers? Are there people giving back? Is there a competition saying, I need to give back more than you? My NGO has to become more successful than yours. I'm trying to see if these two relate at some point or not.
Obviously, like one sati, if we started working on goals, ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ, we started to see ಅವ್ರ ಥರ ನಮ್ದೇನೋ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿರಬೇಕು, ನಾವು ಇಷ್ಟು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. Then we also realized competition in NGO also. Every NGO says they are the best. But what we want to connect is, we want to work together with all of the NGO. Today I have connected to 200 plus NGOs. It's only because we want to make them realize we're not competition. If I do Meghana as myself or with my organization, the impact is this much. If I do it with together, impact was so much. Together we can get a lot. But also coming to that point, where success rate, to be very, very honest, I don't have people who has this 5 years plan. Even when they ask me, can you talk something on the TEDx that people will get inspired? Are 5 years plan ನನಗೆ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. I live a moment and I plan a moment, and I am also overthinker. Today I'm talking to Adarsh. My mindset is already till Kashmir. What all the output after year. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಏನೇನು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಚೇಂಜಸ್, ಅಥವಾ ಏನು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಬೇಕು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ. ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ರೇಟ್ಗೆ ಭಯ ಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಉಂಟು, ಬಟ್ ಆ ಭಯ ತುಂಬ ದಿವಸ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಭಯ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೂ ಟೈಮ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಥರ I was so sure that
so much on the hand.
Yes, and also I had this responsibility. If I do some mistake, like I said, I am also a human being. Sometimes I'm not a foodie. I eat food because I want to survive. Ashte. So when I leave, I'm not this kind of person. Utadalli bido tara. But there are heladnalla. There are much people who has eye on you. ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಊಟ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ, you are from an NGO, you can't do this, and they do a lot of drama there. And if I made some, for example, ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫನ್ನಿ ಆಗೇ ಇದ್ದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, I think majority don't accept in this way. NGO means they always they accept in a formal way. Full serious.
You're always sad for some reason.
ಸ್ಯಾಡ್ಕಿನ್ನ ಆ ಒಂದು ಇದೆಯಲ್ವಾ, ಆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಸರ್ಚಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್. ಯು ಮೇಡ್ ಮೀ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್. ಆ ಥರ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟೀರಿಯೋ ಟೈಪ್ ಈ ರೀತಿನೇ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಯೂತ್ ಸಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಫನ್. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ನನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಮಜಾ ಮಾಡ್ತಲ್ಲ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಇವನ್ ದೋ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ have visited for Goa, but still I have my space. And
where you have your own time.
I am having lot of fun. And ನಮ್ಮ events ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನೋ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ, ಫನ್ನಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅವತ್ತಿನ ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಸೀರಿಯಸ್. ಬಟ್ 3 ದಿವಸ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು
you laugh about
for
it.
example ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರಿ I was almost in the tear.
But now it is an amazing story.
I am telling you, I am laughing myself before doing this. This all happening, right? So again I forgot your question. Success rate.
Success. Not more than success rate, just the fear of not being successful.
I was so responsible back in. I was so responsible and I want to break the stereotype. ಹೀಗೆ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ಹಾಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ, ಹಾಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಅನಿಸಿದ್ದೆ ಉಂಟು, ಬಟ್ ಅದು ತುಂಬ ದಿವಸ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ವೆನ್ ಯು ಸಿ what are you trying to do? For example, I don't think so if I have to tell in this platform. For example, you come to me and you say you are doing a lot of work, that stuff, this stuff. I don't know how you in the reality how you have seen them or how you have done, but at the end of the day people will nod at your hand, you're doing good. But people will remember only person who don't speak much and work in the action. So I believe, if I was not serious or if my funniness was not required, today I'm doing a lot of CSR project. I think corporate functions in that easy. I think NGO andre erade people has one NGO do lot of scamming. They have lot of money, they have lot of scamming. Okay, second thought, they have lot of CSR funds. ಯಾವ ಥರ CSR ಫಂಡ್ನ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಶುಕ್ರವಾರ ಮುತ್ತೈದೆಗೆ ಅರ್ಶಿನ ಕುಂಕುಮ ಭಾಗ್ಯ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ NGOನ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ CSR ಆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನಮ್ದು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇದೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಂಗೂ ತುಂಬ ಬೇಜೊಂದು CSR NGOs ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನನ್ನ ಐಡಿಯಾ ನೀವು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಡೂ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್, ನನ್ನಿಂದ ಏನೋ ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಲಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಥರ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ ನಾನು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ ಅನ್ನಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಾಗ ವೆನ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ಇರೋದ್ರಲ್ಲೇ ವಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಡೊನೇಟ್. ಬಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ನೌ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್. Our CA or our accountant, we have our own limits. Without the details, without the photographs, we can't do anything that they are monitoring us. And namdu government renewal ಏನೇನೋ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಏನಂತ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಈ ಹುಡುಗಿಗೆ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಬೇಕು ನೋಡು, ನೀನು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡು, ಇವಳಿಂದ ನಿಂಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೀನು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ನನ್ನ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಒಂದೇ, ನಾವು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಏನು ಅದು, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಫ್ರಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಶುಡ್ ಐ ಗಿವ್, ಕಾಂಟ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ ವೆನ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ವರ್ಕ್, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ these are the smallest work people can do who are seeing me on Instagram or from Facebook, wherever they try to reach me, help this girl. If you don't get these details. All basic details of the beneficiaries, I can't take second step. And if I say no, then I will be like a rude. Now
you're not willing to help.
Now she got all support from us, now she is not willing to. If you want to help that girl, try to get an information. Ground reality ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದೆ they spoke so much, and that will definitely hurt. As a Meghana, I'm so emotional also, but I don't tend to show my emotion. It's like I'm very emotional, but I started to pretending to be not emotion, but nowadays I've practiced it. Now I don't realize any emotional.
Do you cry easily?
Very much. Maybe I'll tell you if you ask me the difference of Meghana's. Earlier, if I go to Kidwai or everywhere, terminal patient, that's where we work. Most of the people who don't even go there, that's where we work. That's where we make a proper plan. Earlier, if I go there, I was just crying. And if people say something, I need help, I was crying, I'll help you no matter what. But today, Meghana, she don't cry. Maybe people think she's more strong. Yeah, I'm strong, but I look up to them for help. Rather than giving them moral support, see, if he or she is living for 2.5 months, I will be a little practical, as I can't be very much practical, but still, now his son need a job. More than I talk to them, I need what is going to work. I don't cry now, or I don't be emotional. I tend to give an action. I tend to work on the problems. I always be like to be a part of solution than being a part of problem. I think I don't cry
That is
now
okay.
like earlier.
Like you used to. You know, there's a lot of stuff that we thought we'll speak about. I don't know how much of that we actually covered, because honestly, there's way too much. There's way too much, and the beauty of it is you're ready to talk about it. You have stories and stories and stories.
That's why I
The-
don't forget those stories. If I keep on saying it, I don't forget.
But definitely one thing I wanted to capture towards the end. I usually ask people to give a message to their fans or their audience.
I don't have fans.
Okay.
Okay.
So actually today I want to do a little differently, right? Like, say a person is willing to join Smitam as a volunteer. What would you tell them? Is maybe what I want to record as a message.
Okay, basically
To
they
the camera, the
Okay.
message is always to the
Okay,
camera.
basically, most of them have discovered us through Instagram or maybe friends to friends or internship batch. That's how they found us on. And secondly, if you have a lot of passion, you think you don't have, or you really want to start an NGO, we are really not like, you can't use us and start NGO. We are really ready to give you the ideas how you can do it, because I see if lot of non-profit organization, especially like youth, taking up like this, someday we might not need government at all. Our community problem solved by our people and our NGO. That's how I look up to. But I know from a longer pitch, it's a dream, but to make it true, it definitely need lot of years by to pass, and lot of understanding and lot of like-minded to set up with one community to make their community more and more strong. So all I want to say is, together we can make a lot of miracles. It just need one heart to be a part of change. So more than being part of problem, so let us all be part of change.
Okay, that is a message to anyone thinking.
Okay,
of-
ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ತುಂಬ ಫ್ಲೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದರಿಂದ ಐ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸ್ಪೋಕ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಫನ್ನಿ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟು ಅಫೆಂಡ್ ಎನಿಬಡಿ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್. ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ದಾಗಲೇ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ, ಇದು ನಾನು ಇದು ನೀನು ಅಂತ ಅವರವರೇ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೈ ಟೀಮ್ಮೇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಐ ಲವ್ ಮೈ ಟೀಮ್ಮೇಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಸ್ಪೋಕನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಮಚ್ ಆರ್ ಇದು ಯಾಕೋ ಬೇಕಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸಿದ್ರೆ, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸ್ಪೋಕನ್ ಟ್ರುತ್, ಬಟ್ if it's hurting you, I'm little worried. Just worried, not being sorry.
I would say look at intention, right? Whenever things are said, if you can spot the intention, then it doesn't matter at all. So, yeah, like if you're looking at joining Smitam, if you haven't started a journey of giving back as such, I think Smitam is the place to go. Meghana is waiting for people like you. And Meghana, really amazing, yeah. I mean, just sitting here, hardly asked you like 4-5 questions.
I took over. Now I realize I should have spoke little much. But that's how my energy or passion just come.
I know,
can't
I know.
stop in the mid. I think I should have told you, you can stop me or something like that. But
No, this is
I
beautiful.
just
Yeah, it's
went.
authentic. But it was really nice sitting here, and we're very glad to have you as part of the OAPN network now. Our goal is to get more and more unique people into this network, and thank you for making it here. I still can't believe you're 24.
Again, he's wrong.
But then 23.
It's okay. It's okay. I'll
Sorry,
wait.
sorry.
Yes, it's okay.
See, I get episode numbers wrong, so it's just
It's okay.
another
He's
one
not
of
saying
those.
34 at
yeah,
least.
it's 1 year, yeah.
It's
Your
not
birthday will
like
come
34,
soon.
yeah.
So, see, now I forgot what I was saying.
See?
No, boss, I
43.
wasn't yet coming there.
She's just 20. He was saying
had-
she's just 23-year-old.
I had some
Age
other
is
point
just
in
number.
mind. No, yeah, this is what I was saying. I've always thought about this for NGOs, right? And how money comes in. I mean, apart from everyone talking about scams and all of that, that's a different part of the story. I really feel when a person with a genuine heart opens up an organization like Smitam, the money is not flowing because of you. It's the universe
Yes.
working in a certain way. It's Smitam is just a medium.
Yes,
Right?
yes,
There's a
absolutely.
large part of the universe that has the energy to go towards the underprivileged. And people like you just open up branches so that that can flow to the right channel. And when I that's why I asked you about the fear of success, right? There can't be any fear of success here
Correct.
because this is not your job. As much as you're the founder, president of Smitam, the work is beyond you. The work is already being led by the universe. You're just like, okay, you know
Yes.
what? Just
And
pushing
also,
it.
I don't want to be called as
Yeah.
this, like, social activist or
Yeah.
social worker. I feel it was just part of my duty, and I was doing it.
Yeah.
Everybody, like he said in the beginning, I just want to continue this. Like influencers talking about the Instagram influencer. I had this one dream. I don't know. I'm trying hard to get this dream done. When you see some reels of dance getting so viral. Next or the other day should be like, when somebody is doing this work, they should get viral. I
10
also have to
million,
help
100
this.
million
That should be
views.
viral
Yeah.
at the end of the day. The kindness should influence like coronavirus. The kindness or the giving a heart or giving time
Yeah.
to somebody else should spread like a virus, an infectious disease as much as possible.
It shall.
That kind of reels should be like this. I know I appreciate all the dancers in the reels, but this should be also one of my dream.
Yeah.
That-
So there you go. This was episode 43 of On a Personal Note with Adarsh Sakare. Thank you, Meghana Murthy. This was beautiful. Yeah. Thank you so much. Hopefully, the next time we'll capture more of your stories.
Yeah. And also being part of our, at least in one event,
Yeah,
they should
yeah.
be part of our
We'll
event.
definitely come there.
Yes. Then only next stuff. will
Next.
happen.
Oh,
Yeah, now,
condition.
barter system,
Condition, boys.
Yeah,
So-
see, as an NGO, first I will try to come and, participate. Then I'll expect other people to come. That's what the networking
So
is.
be it.
What if Adarsh found some interesting person on field who is working? 80-year-old boy painting in our event, he felt interesting. Hey, you should be
Get
at
to
home now.
the-
You're in. Come podcast. See, that's how it goes.
Nice. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched till here, you're a real gem. Thank you. See you on the next one.